Hello everyone, this is Gunhead70, and today's video I think I'm going to do a re-review or another video on a model that I previously built for a contest for YouTube. It was Vegeta8259's first model contest, but I didn't do a review of the model, so I decided to go ahead and make a video and actually do a review of the model kit. This model in question is, some of you might already know, it's an armored core unit from the Variable Infinity series, and it is the Crest CR c9ou3. I really enjoyed this kit. I think it's really good. If you're familiar with armored core, a lot of people don't like them because they don't have the posability that the Gundams from Bandai have. There's a lot of small, tiny pieces that you kind of got to keep track of, but it does have some posability. You know, we'll start with the arms here. The arms will rotate all the way around, except these missile pods that are on the backs kind of get in the way. But they do, you do get quite good rotation upwards and downwards. They do use ball joints for the arms and for most of the limbs. So the arms do go up. These missile pods on the back, they can rotate down. Whoops, came off there. They do rotate down kind of out of the way. You can have them back there. Give yourself a little more movement with the arms. It does rotate at the torso, and it'll spin all the way around, pretty much just like a tank. This particular version will spin around. There's a little up and down movement, not much. It does use a ball joint, but there's just not a lot of movement there. The legs do move up and down. You can get them pretty high. Get the hand out of the way there. You can get them up pretty high. Move them back down. As for the knees, pretty much a 90 is all you're going to get with the knees. They're single jointed. They're not double jointed like a lot of Gunpla kits are. And then on the feet, you get the feet down here. The feet have a double jointed system where, if you can see that, there's another hinge down there. It's kind of like a hinge and a ball joint. So you can get the foot down that far, and then, whoops, yeah, that's that ball joint popping out. And then you can get the foot to come back. Not a lot of movement on that because they will pop out of the ball joints. But these particular models, if you've ever played the game or seen any of the I guess they're movie shorts or trailers that they use in the video game, the armored core units don't do a lot of running. Mainly they use their thrusters to move around, which means they don't have to have a lot of good articulation in order to move, because normally they just use their thrusters to get around. But the weapons on this particular kit looks like a couple of rocket launchers on the back. It's got a main Gatling gun in the front here. Then it's got its main weapon here. This is I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it's like a plasma rifle or something like that. Shoots off a big beam. And then this item here on the shoulder is a laser sword, which is used for close combat. Pretty much the same thing as a beam saber. The Gatling gun on his left hand is not from the kit. It was the Gatling gun I took from the Serpent Custom, I believe. I took it from that kit and used it on here. I just thought it was looked a little nicer on this one. And then all of the decals that you see, on there on the shoulders, and all of those were taken from other kits, just so I could dress it up a little bit. Now the colors it comes in, this particular kit, it comes in a bare plastic wise. It's a dark blue, I believe there's gunmetal, there's some silver sprues, and I even think that there's maybe some dark brown. I threw all the sprues away, so I can't remember exactly what colors were which, and I didn't paint it according to the colors. I decided to go with mainly a flat black with silver and gunmetal color scheme. Trying to think of some other things too. You can build this kit straight out of the box, and it looks pretty decent. But if you really want to do any type of detailing to it, or you want to make it look nice, you're pretty much going to have to paint it, because when you cut the little pieces off from the sprues, and then you sand those down to get rid of them, you're going to leave a lot of scratch marks or discolored plastic, so it's not going to look really, really nice. So you probably want to go back and paint all the pieces. But it really does have wonderful detail. Get a little closer here. You know, along the bottom, you know, there's a lot of good detail. On the backs of the legs, there's a lot of nice detail for the pistons and power lines that are going through there. On the backs of the feet, way down in there, you can see the pistons. I went ahead and painted those silver. But otherwise, I think it's a really good kit. Now, the cost is, it's kind of a hard one to swallow, because for what you pay for these kits, you know, this is an older one. I bought this thing maybe, I want to say 3 years ago, and I built it for the contest. They have a lot of newer ones out now that really look great, but they're all priced, you know, anywhere between $45 and some are even $60 or $70. I think there's the one that I would like to have is the white glint, and it comes with that huge thruster pack that it has on its back. I've been seeing that one for, you know, for like anywhere between 120 to 140. Just different random, you know, modeling websites and stuff like that. So that's pretty much, you know, out of my range as to what I'll spend on a model kit. I mean, for that kind of money, I could get a perfect grade, you know, which is, you know, bigger, more posable, more gimmicks, you know. So I definitely wouldn't spend that much on a model kit. But, you know, maybe just the standard white glint, I think those are going for about 50 or 60, and even then that's a little too much. So I can recommend, if you like very highly detailed models, then I would recommend buying an Armored Core model kit. But if you're looking for something that you can throw together in an afternoon, you know, or maybe even throw together over the course of a few days and paint it, I don't know, probably not on this one. It's got too many small pieces that you have to pay attention to, and that it kind of, you know, when you think about the cost and then the fact that in order to make it look really good, you'd have to paint it. it's probably not the best thing to go out and purchase. I'd probably stick with master grades. You can pick those up for $35 to $40 or $45 depending on what master grade you get. So that's my thoughts on this model kit. I like it. I probably will go out and buy another one as money allows, because I really like the detail. It's just so mechanical looking. It really does look like something that could be built and manufactured within the next 10 to 15 years. It's just has a sense of realism to it that I hate to say it, but Gundams don't have that. The Gundams are made to look more like human, whereas armored core units are made to look more like military vehicles or military weapons. So they don't have the best articulation, because that's not the way that they're, that's not the role they play or the way that they're supposed to be designed. So, but thought I'd just go back and do a small review on this one. And like I said, if you've got the money, you want to try one out. I would probably get one of the later releases, one of the newer ones, like the Alia, I think is one of them. That's one that I really like. I think I might have to pick that one up next. So that's it, and talk to you soon.